Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc at Padama, and this time we are going to discuss how you can craft and choose your research theory based on the sample research title or proposed research title that we have right now in front of you. But before that, please help my YouTube channel by clicking and hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded just like this one. And if you have already subscribed, click that like button for this particular video. And towards the end of the video presentation, there will be suggested videos and recommended videos that you can use in writing and crafting chapters 1 to 5 of your research paper until the videos that will coach you, advise you, and give you tips on how you can prepare for your defense. So let's start. Now, in crafting your research theory, you start by identifying a problem or an issue that you want to investigate. In this case, I would like to, based on this proposed research title, identify the level of cognitive development in terms of specific stages. What particular stage in terms of cognitive development do these respondents have? Okay? For basic education students. Okay, so these variables, basic education students specifically, and the school or the name of the school can be changed based on your preference. So if you do not want to use basic education student, you can recycle this title and you can use specific level like kindergarten, or specific grade level like grade 1 students of then the name of the school. Again, you can recycle this title by just simply changing the variables that I have presented, but basically the aim in the direction of this particular research title is to identify the level of cognitive development of this particular respondents in this specific school. Okay, so why do I need to provide findings for this particular study? So this can be a basis for a plan, an intervention in the form of a program or a plan in order to enhance the specific level or stage identified from the findings of the study. Okay, so basically in a nutshell, we have already provided the rationale of the study and why we are conducting this study. Okay, now, how do we choose a theory? Again, number one, the main characteristics that I want to use when identifying a theory, I just simplified it into two. Characteristics of your theory should be the following. Characteristics. Okay, number one, your theory should be relevant to the study being conducted. So that is very basic and fundamental in choosing a theory. So make sure that you read the content relevant in terms of idea. If it has specific domains included that is being investigated or presented in the theory, then better. And if it has these different stages or processes, if it includes a concept, then make sure that all of these areas and elements are relevant to the study that you are conducting. So that is in relation with the first characteristic, which is relevance. Number two, the second is that it should help you interpret. It should help interpret the result of your study. The result or of the study. Okay? So basically, again, these two I have identified and presented to you are the most critical part in choosing your research theory. Okay, it should be relevant, and the second one, it should help interpret the result of your study. So, what particular theory should you use? Now, get the key terms in the variable that you are using. In this case, the key term is cognitive development. Cognitive development. You want to identify the cognitive development in terms of learning when you use the term cognitive, the stage of learning of a particular age level of learners. So in relation to this, I have already searched for a theory that is perfect for this particular research title, and this is what we call the theory of cognitive development by Piaget. So according to the theory of Piaget, there are four stages of cognitive development: sensory motor, pre-operational motor, concrete operational, and formal operational. You have to present the idea behind this particular theory. So according to Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, this suggests that children move through four stages of mental development. So these are the four stages. His theory focuses not only on understanding how children acquire knowledge, but also on understanding the nature of intelligence. So these stages have their particular age. Supposed to be at this particular age, children have already developed these particular stages. So again, you have to be familiar with the theory that you are using or you will use for your study. So I am presenting to you the idea so that if ever later, we will be able to identify if this is relevant to what we would like to accomplish in our research by presenting the specific problem. So in sensory motor stage, this is from birth to 2 years old. Okay? So this is the age range of the following levels. Okay? And then pre-operational stage is from 2 years old to 7 years old. And then concrete operational is from 7 to 11 years old. Formal operational stage is 12 years old and up. Okay, so in a particular level of respondents, if you want to use kindergarten, you can already try to see an overview of what will happen. So if I use kindergarten as my respondents and I discovered that my kindergarten students are already in the concrete operational, this is going to be very, very significant to the school, because this means if the kindergarten students were identified as concrete operational, they already belong to the 7 to 11 years old cognitive development. And this is very significant. Therefore, instead of enhancing, you can just discover the strategies used in order to achieve this particular result of having a concrete operational at the stage of kindergarten level. Okay, basically, I'm giving a hypothetical result. This may be the case, this may be not. It may be below, which is, it is also possible that it may be below under sensory motor, and therefore it would merit an enhancement program or intervention program to help students achieve, if not the average, beyond the average cognitive development stage of the student, which is supposed to be for kindergarten under pre-operational stage, supposed to be, if we are using the kindergarten students. Okay, now, how do we formulate the statement of the problem or the specific problem for this particular research title using this particular theory of cognitive development by Jean Piaget? Okay, the statement of the problem is composed of two parts, the general problem and the specific problem. You can either label them or not, but it's okay. So, this study aims to identify the stage of development among basic education students. Specifically, when you use the term specifically, it already connotes the specific problems. So, the initial part is already the general problem, which is the objective of the study presented in the initial statement of this statement of the problem. Okay, so number one, I used profile of the respondents. I seldom use profile, but if I always tell my advisees and research writers that if it is really necessary and you are going to use it in your analysis of the study, then by all means you can use profile of the respondents or the demographic profile of the respondents. But in this case, if you can see, I only use the age in terms of age level, because going back to the stages of cognitive development, I only use the age range from 0 to up 12 and above, from 0 to 12 and above. So this refers to the age. That's why in the profile of the respondents, I only use the domain age. Okay? So aside from that, number two, based on the objective of the study, which is to identify the stage of development, I already utilized and included that in SOP number 2. What is the level of cognitive development of the basic education students of the name of the school in terms of the following? So it may have you already have choices or alternatives that you can use in order to test the cognitive development of the students using the theory or the domains presented in the theory of cognitive development by Piaget, which is the following. And these are reflected in your statement of the problem number 2. That is the role of your theory or the concept that you are using. In this case, the theory is reflected in the statement of the problem, and eventually it will try to prove or disprove. It's either we accept or reject, or this will also be the basis of the interpretation of the results that we will be using when we have already analyzed the data from the study that we are conducting. So that is SOP number 2. Number 3, earlier I mentioned that if you are going to use the profile of the respondents, make sure that you will be using them in your study. So in this case, under SOP number 3, I would like, the reason why I choose profile of the respondents is that I would like to see if there is relationship, significant relationship. So I want to correlate the profile of the respondents in terms of age with the cognitive development of the respondents. So is there a significant relationship of the age of the respondents in terms of their sensory, motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational? Okay? So I already used profile of the respondents in this particular statement of the problem. So again, if you used demographic profile and it was not utilized in the other parts of your statement of the problem, then you will be questioned by your panel why you gathered that particular information in your study. Okay, number 4, since we mentioned earlier that this will be a basis of enhancing or producing interventions, program, or plan, it is included, or it was included and reflected in statement number 4, which is what intervention, program, or plan you can either choose from the 3 can be crafted based on the findings of the study. So basically, this is the statement of the problem for this particular title, wherein we use this particular or specific theory. So I hope you can already see the relevance between the research title and the theory. The research title, its relevance to the theory, and from this, the relevance and the role of the theory in the statement of the problem. So this is the role, the characteristic of the theory that you should use when crafting your research paper, whether it be related to your title or to the SOP. All of them should be cascaded to one another, specifically on this particular part. So I hope you were able to learn from this very short discussion on how you can craft and choose your theory, and how your theory is related to your research title and the formulation of the statement of the problem. Again, thank you very much everyone, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Piaget Padama and click that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded. You can already see the recommended videos on the side of your screens, so you can already choose whatever video you need for a particular part of writing your research paper. Thank you very much everyone. Stay safe, God bless, and see you on our next video. Goodbye.